Mawlana, is there a system to being able to recite 10,000 plus salawat, and how can we make sure that we are truly in love with Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam?
You can't make sure, you can only ask yourself if you feel that love. And you do as many salawats as you can, and you don't have to count over 1,000 where you're counting one by one by one by one, but you just do your tasbih and close your eyes and keep making nasheeds and salawats, whichever salawats that you want to or whichever one you feel your heart is inspired to. And you do your khidmah, do your services, do everything that has been asked upon you, and naturally that love increases. And just feeling the presence, feeling the energy, listening to nasheeds, and the heart feels like crying and the tearing up of emotion. So how do you explain to someone what love is? They say, I don't understand what love is, then that's unfortunate. But when you understand what love is, you love your children? Yes, then you know what love is. You love your spouse? Yes, say yes, okay, then you know what love is. So it should be pretty easy to understand what the love of Prophet is. More powerful than your children, more powerful than loved ones and family members, is a bond begins to grow, and as a result an immense taqwa. The fear of disappointing Prophet is what's important, and that grants the servant himmah, zeal, strength, only through love. Not somebody come and say, I'm going to hit you in the head, you do this, and then only going to work for so long. But when you have an immense love and you feel, I don't want to disappoint this love that Prophet has given to us, and that becomes the himmah of the shaykhs. Why the shaykhs do all what they do is because they're continuously trying to get the nazar, the gaze of the prophetic reality upon their soul. So continuously trying to do things that makes Prophet happy. That's why the nasheeds are very important. These are young souls, precious souls, that if you can bring them back to realities and take them away from the shayateen, this makes Prophet very happy and makes shaitan very angry. And as a result, that's why it's based out of this area. Nothing better than Los Angeles to have real angels. Take the fake ones, bring them down, which all their industry has already collapsed. From the advent of the arrival of awliya, all their industry here has collapsed, all their studios have closed. And the light, once it focused on them, all their touching and groping all went to jail, right? All their groups went out. Why? Because once Allah wants the light to come, all falsehood is going to perish. So they're all scattered and hiding in jails and running away. But that entire industry collapsed. They're now trying to make apartment buildings from the studios. So the next one then is the music industry. That's why the nasheeds, is the Prophet to bring it down. And what they're trying to do to the pious youth and good youth and those whom Allah has a favor over them, trying to destroy them, destroy them, destroy them. Well, you don't think there's going to be a counter from Muhammadun Rasulullah to destroy them? Of course there is. When he's putting his fashion out, we put our fashion out. When he put his sound out, we put our sound out. When he put his food out, we put our food out. So at every step he's there, Naqshbandi's there too. So that's what guidance is. When other people don't know what you're doing, it's because they're not guides. And if they say they're guides and they don't know what you're doing, well, they're not that level of guide. But the guidance should be at the 6 positions. If you don't guard 6 positions, what's going to happen? The 5th position is where shaitan is going to go. You say, no, I don't guard the 3rd and the 4th position. Well, then that's when shaitan is going to pillage and enter in. So the tariqah, which holds the reality of faith, has to be at all of those positions. Has to be teaching, no, eat like this, make the eating easy. That's why we came against their lies. This is not halal. Say, look, if it's not pork, it's halal. Don't say it's not halal, you're lying. If you're asking for zabiyah, that's something completely different. Their food is halal, eat the food, make it easy. If it has pork in it, don't eat it, it's haram. But the Wahhabis who work for shaitan, they want to make it difficult, make it difficult, make it difficult. Why? So then you just cheat. Then you destroy your religion and you destroy your faith. And at every step we came back and taught them, no, 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 he's lying, he's lying. That is completely halal. That food is halal. These are people whom have a belief in God, it's halal. When is it haram? When it's mentioned an idol, that's haram, or it becomes pork. But zabiyah is a different issue. So that's when they were at that gate to attack. So we know shaitan what he's playing with that gate. And told them for finance, oh this is riba, this is riba. They're lying. That if you buy a home in these countries, this is the greatest source of Muslim wealth. If the Muslims would have bought a home instead of just renting, this would have been their source of retirement and wealth. And you know the only riba they don't talk about? Credit cards, that's riba. 25% interest on $20,000 you can never get out of it. $1,000 a month you'll pay just in riba. But do they ever tell you, we have a credit card for you, akhi, you can use this credit card as you like and we're partners with you, you can pay it, not pay it? No, because they're just scamming people. They say, no, no, you have to do home mortgage with our riba package, which is basically ijara, and they charge more than the banks. So that's why we say this fake Islam that is meant to bring hardship onto Muslims. At every door shaitan plays the game, the tariqah is right there to counter them. Say, no, 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 you're lying. So that to make an ease for the faith and to bring people back to the way of rahmah and mercy, so that they enjoy the deen and enjoy the culture of the deen, the peacefulness of the deen and the beauty that it brings, inshaAllah. Not just continuous lies and hardship. And that's from the dajjal faith, they want everything hard. The dajjal made these Wahhabis because that's the dajjal belief. He's also like a Wahhabi. For his people he's a Wahhabi and their belief is very Wahhabi.